Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to offer dana, then please do go to justthiszen.org/giving. Your support really does make a huge difference. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for coming, Cassy. Really looking forward to it. I'll hand over to you.
Made a bit of a joke that I would be asleep if not for you. So it's really nice to see you with the sunlight coming through all of your windows. It's a different light quality for me, and that's fun. I'm a bit dark behind me. I didn't want to turn on all the lights because I was just enjoying this really quiet part of the night. Um, I get a lot of creative energy late at night. As an infant, I was a night owl, so this is just kind of right in line with my rhythm. Um, so I want to tell you about the koan that I've chosen as my year-long koan as your co-head student, and my very first experience with the first inquiry that Flint ever gave, because these two things line right up together. Um, so to pick out my koan, I got out my books and the Bring Me a Rhinoceros and the Gateless Gate, and one I've just discovered called Through the Forest of Many Colors by Joan Sutherland. And I see the nods. Joan Sutherland is new to me, and boy, am I just really enjoying everything that she puts together. And I was being very diligent in choosing the perfect koan, the one that would give me the most depth and have the most engagement during this year. And I came back to my memory kept holding this first inquiry. And I had done the same thing of really studying, and I was going to ask a question, and I was going to get up in that chair because I had no idea that the chair was going to reveal things. I was just eager for the opportunity to sit beside him. Um, and so I found this Taoist koan from I think the fourth century called the Dream of the Butterfly. Do y'all know this? I bet you know this. Oh, no? Okay. Um, so the first Sangha that Flint founded, um, he named the Temple of Inconceivable Joy for his teacher, Blanche Hartman. And it is a hundreds-year-old building, which is a big thing for us. Your home might be 100-year-old building. And it housed the Quakers. The Quakers sat in it for years and decades and years and years and years. And that reminds me of your friend's meeting hall, I think is also, imbued with the Quakers energy. And that has a really nice thread of connection for me. So this place is has those really old wooden floors so that there's a symphony of creaks as the people walk in and settle. Um, and also the journey from your chair to sit beside the teacher is also a symphony of creaks. And I think that there's a lot to that small journey. I think a lot happens from deciding to stand up and walk up and sit beside a teacher. So, several senior students had gone and sat beside him, and I was eager with anticipation to go, and full of how I thought I had done the research to have the best question. There was something really extra in what I was bringing to it. Um, but the question and the koan um, became a foundational metronome for me. And it's still in me. And so that's why I chose it for this year with you. And so the koan is, and I'm going to bring this up to read it properly. Once Zhuangzi dreamt he was a butterfly flittering and fluttering around, happy with himself and doing as he pleased. He didn't know he was Zhuangzi. Suddenly he woke up, there he was, solid and unmistakably Zhuangzi. But he didn't know if he was Zhuangzi who had dreamt he was a butterfly, or a butterfly dreaming he was Zhuangzi. Between Zhuangzi and a butterfly, there must be some distinction. This is called the transformation of things. And so I asked Flint in that chair, what is the transformation of things? And he replied, it's what happens in between. And in the decades since, um, I'm still working with identity of self and each of us is what happens in between. And doing my research for this talk with y'all, one of the things I read that Zazen is the transformation, is transformation at its base. That we start to release all of our self-centered dream when we sit and drop everything else that's preoccupying us and everything else that is an idea of being separate. My favorite vice is Instagram. And, it's a lot of funny animals doing things and jokes. And my algorithm has expanded into Buddhism and science. And I came across this the other day, which, again, melded right together. And it's talking about snowflakes and how we all know that each snowflake is individual. There's no snowflake that is exactly like another snowflake. So, here we are our snowflakes. And here's what meteorologists have just discovered. That each individual snowflake acts as a microscopic ice library. As it forms and drifts through the atmosphere, every single cloud it travels through, every subtle change in temperature, and every tiny atmospheric particle it encounters gets meticulously recorded within its infinite structure. This means that a single snowflake actually carries the complete detailed history of its entire journey. A frozen, delicate diary of its life in the sky. What makes each snowflake unique and individual is also what makes it connected to everything. not separate. So the question I've been holding lately, when taking backward step after backward step, is all suffering at its foundation based in separateness? Because if we're not separate, because we're not separate, and at the core of our being knows that, and that's why it hurts. So who I am is a part of us. As I get back to the transformation of things. Thank you.